So, eighth round of negotiation for GATT, and 123 nations participated, and this agreement took effect on July 1st, 1995. So, in this round, for tariff, it was decided that the tariff on industrial product will decrease from an average of 4.7% to an average of 3%. You see, they are reducing because the purpose is to reduce the tariff and bring it to zero level. Okay, so then the share of good with zero tariff increase from 20 to 22% to 40 to 40%, 45%. You can see again we are approaching towards free trade. So basically there are three principles of WTO. No? First is free trade, and then non-discrimination. The third is dispute settlement through negotiation. Because in the past, whenever there was a trade dispute, because there was no forum to settle this dispute through negotiation, so then they resulted into such disputes resulted into war. Then now there is a forum. There is a forum of WTO. There was a forum of GATT. So the purpose was to settle the dispute in those forums. Dispute settlement through negotiation, and then non-discrimination. Okay, there should not be any discrimination among WTO members countries. That's why once you become the member of WTO, you will accord MFN status to other member countries. MFN means most favored nation. So it means once you are a member of WTO, other members will become MFN, most favored nation for you, because they are also member of WTO. And free trade, this means we have to reduce tariff, we have to bring it to zero level, we have to remove quotas. So that's why so all these measures, you have to decrease average tariff from 4.7% to average 3%. So it means we are moving towards free trade. Also, the share of goods with zero tariff, before it was 20 to 22% before this round. So they decided it to decrease it from this to it increase it to 40 to 45%. So it means you want to increase the coverage of the good to 40 to 45% with zero tariff. Then it was decided that tariff should be removed on pharmaceuticals, construction equipment, medical equipment, paper product, and steel. Okay, so then quotas on agriculture product, it was decided to that they would be replaced with less restrictive tariff. Okay, we saw in our lecture, whenever there is a quota, then as economy grow, as there is growth in population, then people will suffer, because if you have imposed quota, then prices will increase. That's why it was suggested by WTO that we have to convert quota into tariff. This is called a process of tarification, and you can see that the focus was agriculture product. Okay, so when for namaz. I'm giving you a 15-minute break for namaz. Okay, so quotas on agriculture product that were to be replaced with less restrictive tariff was decided in Uruguay round, and also it was decided that quotas on textile product were to be replaced with less restrictive tariff by 2004. Okay, so again we can see that uh, WTO want to get rid of quotas, and first they want to move to tariff, and then gradually they want that there should be reduction in tariff, and we have to approach towards zero tariff and having free trade. For dumping also, we know that whenever there is dumping, it will be destructive for domestic economy, for domestic industrial sector, and that's why it was agreed that countervailing duties, it can be imposed whenever there is dumping. So countervailing duties was not eliminated by, and even if we know that the WTO says that we have to remove restrictions, we have to move towards free trade, but in case of dumping, it is authorized. If it is proved that some country is doing dumping in some another economy, then economy is authorized to impose anti-dumping duties, okay, countervailing duties. Then also for subsidies, uh, it was suggested that the volume of subsidized agriculture products to be reduced by 21% by 1999, and the government subsidies for industrial research were limited to 50% of the applied research cost. So again, this means uh, they are of the view that there should be a gradual reduction of the subsidies, and finally we have to remove the subsidies. That's why we see then these days there is a reduction in subsidies, because once there is a subsidies in agriculture sector, then it would become a form of dumping in the international market. And for safeguard, countries are barred from implementing health and safety standards that are not based on scientific research, and also temporary tariff are allowed to protect domestic industries from temporary imports. So again, infant industry argument, under infant industry argument, if you are imposing a temporary tariff, so it is allowed to protect domestic industries. Also for intellectual property, this agreement called for 20-year protection of patent and trademarks and copyrights, okay, and a 10-year phase-in period is allowed for patent or pharmaceutical in developing countries.